Hi, this is Dave Csanda with this week's BuzzBite report for the Upper Midwest at anglingbuzz.com. Well, our amazing streak of weather has continued all the way into mid-November, although our temperatures are now starting to dip down more to traditional average temperatures here in the Upper Midwest, but the fishing has remained exceptional. If anything has slowed at all, it may have been the bass bite a little bit, but that's not because the bass aren't biting. It's just that you need to make your tactics a little bit more finesse-oriented, going down to a little bit more subtlety to get the bass to bite as the water temperature dips into the lower 40s, particularly when it comes to largemouth bass. But all throughout our region, we've got great reports. Mike Frisch was talking about the really good smallmouth and walleye fishing in western Minnesota on a number of lakes, predominantly some deeper water fishing. Jim Carroll talked about good walleye fishing at Devil's Lake, North Dakota, fishing in the bridge areas where current washes back and forth underneath those big bridges between the lake basins. Mickey Johnson brought up the fact that there's a good bite in a lot of places for steelhead and brown trout right now, and all the rivers leading around the Great Lakes, rivers and harbor type areas. Steelhead have probably been there for a little while, but with the water temperature really starting to dip now, the browns are coming in. There can be some really, really big brown trout in the rivers, and it's a good place to don your waders and go after them. In fact, it's a great time of year as our lakes are starting to get close to freezing and people are putting their boats away, winterizing them. You slip on a pair of waders, and going out fishing for some type of trout migrating up rivers is always a good option if you're out there on foot. Okay, a really, really big muskie's going right now. And Mickey Johnson mentioned fly fishing for muskies on the Mississippi River, but here in central Minnesota, just last weekend, there was 3 really, really big muskies at least on Mille Lacs Lake here. I'm talking fish in the 55 to 57 inch range. Those are just absolute monsters that are available right now to some of those hardcore guys. And there's quite a few of them out there pounding the water, but boy, when you get a bite this time of year, it's probably going to be really, really big. So we've got a lot of options for us out there, whether you're a foot or a float. You can still catch some big fish, and I suggest you go to our regional reports here, go around the region, state by state, and see what our BuzzBite reporters have to say in the field. And as I always like to say, they will help you catch more and bigger fish in the weeks ahead.